I think we'll see a lot of these specialized services. I think we'll see a lot more video interaction, sort of really getting into the intense reading of emotion from a video that's left, whether it's a YouTube video or all of us chatting here or a FaceTime interaction with a company that we do business with. But we're going to start seeing a lot of that pop up. And then, what filters out, I can't predict. If I could predict that, I would have invested in Apple back in 1984.
What aspect is that helping? Is it helping the end user customers? Is it helping internally? I see the positives and the benefits. I think it's great for some sales folks that maybe aren't great writers, getting some automated emails created. But besides that, bringing back to our first thing, the human touch. Automation is going to be great and AI is going to be great, but people still are going to need that human touch and that empathy from that contact, however it is, B2B or B2C space, that they have someone there that's not AI.
I fear mediocrity. It all comes from the same sources, so it depends on the sources that are feeding it, right? And so if 15 people ask the same question and they get the same answer and they execute on that flawlessly, now we've gotten a really humdrum experience of 15 people.
I just did a survey for a client, and all of this work that I did into it, including IDIs and a good robust survey, very obscure product. It has to do with pergola tops, right? And at the end of it, I'm sitting there going, okay, well, what my recommendations? I put them out there before ChatGPT, and I just, for the heck of it, ran the same thing on ChatGPT, and it gave me the exact same results as what I learned, which was scary to me because I'm not using it as a service tool. I'm using it as an analytic tool to see, does it really resonate the same thing? And it does. It's a big echo chamber. But I wonder if I had a different product and I put it in there, would I have the same recommendations?
It only has access to information that's already out there.
Right.
So and if your customers are keeping their information in their brains and not on the internet, then you will have a finite batch of information.
Yeah. Right. It does scrape social data. And that's always been a challenge. When I created the Social Media Research Association, there were finite tools that you could use in order to tap into. Some were fire hose quality. Some were more like a trickle, okay? I'm talking access into Facebook or Google or whatever. And being able to harvest that information to make sense of it quickly, ChatGPT is accessing those social comments.
And over time, if you get a big enough set, then it will all democratize, or whatever the word might be. But in the short term, you could really do, again, in not necessarily affecting CX, but it could definitely have kind of an odd rebound of spitting out information that you might not necessarily totally believe, because we're now in the world of disinformation.
I'm thinking about it more as a way of thinking about how you can leverage it to aggregate all of your tools and your systems or your data sources. And then I'm looking at Val and thinking about what Val's talking about, where what you put into it's what's going to come out. If you know your signals and you know your metrics and you know your key performance indicators, that is a really fantastic way of starting to lever the power of AI, because theoretically then you can keep your people for customers, keep your people for product conversations, keep your people for the fun stuff. Let AI do some of the stuff that every one of us on this call knows. It takes time, energy, know-how to crunch and to roll and to make sense of this data. Let's lever AI for that. And I think that that's going to be a big thing that a lot of tomorrow's companies are really going to kind of hone in on and focus on.